All right, good morning, AJT fam. We are going to do our morning recap, and I'm going to do something different going forward. I've had, several people ask me to go back to doing it the way I used to do it, where I do a quick lesson and do a recap. And I want to help all you guys out that are really looking to learn and to grow in this. So I'm going to go back to doing a lesson and a recap. And I know some of my members aren't able to be here in the morning every day. So they look forward to going over the lesson that we talked about that day and looking at how our day went in the live trading classroom. So, what I want to share with you today is, since you can't change the market, change your perception of it. Most of our stress comes from our response to how we perceive the market, not the reality of what is. And, the last 2 weeks in our Trader Mindset program, we focused on perception. And it's very, very important that we understand how perception affects us. Okay, and that's kind of, I'm going to share an excerpt. This is just one little piece of the lesson from yesterday. But this quote from Mark Douglas says it all. You create your own game in your mind based on your beliefs, intents, perception, and rules. And oftentimes, we create our own reality. We could look at a chart, stare at a chart, and make ourselves see something that's not even there. It's crazy how that can happen, but it can. We could sit there and make ourselves see something that's not even there, an entry or a setup that's not clean, but we just narrow our focus so much that we're only seeing what we want to see. And we're creating everything in our minds, based on what we perceive to be there. So one of the things that we talked about yesterday that affects our perception is the element of threat. And unfortunately, a lot of you guys are brought into trading with this element of threat. It does not promote effective trading or learning. Okay, it doesn't. In fact, it creates the element of threat creates fear, and that fear adversely affects perception by narrowing your field of vision. You're not able to see the whole picture. You're only able to see what you want to see. So when you're confronted with threat, traders tend to limit their attention to the threatening object or condition. What is the one thing that we traders are threatened with? What do we feel threatened by every day? And even coming into the market, when we first come in, what threatens us? It's the loss of money, right? So it only makes sense that these people try and use that logic in order to bring you in and have you focused on the threat of losing versus the opportunity of winning. The field of vision typically is reduced. Like I said, when you're afraid of losing in a trade, all your mental energy is going to go focus and be focused on not losing. And where your focus goes, your energy flows. And you're going to bring about the very condition that you're trying to prevent, is actually losing. Okay, you don't want that. Our job is not to lose. Our job is to win. Our job is to make money. Okay, not to lose. If you're coming in here not to lose every day, you might as well not even trade. Okay, and I'm being straight up honest with you. And until you can get that mindset change, you're gonna continue to be stuck in that cycle, that rut that you're in right now. Alright, so learning to trade is a psychological process, not necessarily a logical one. You cannot bring the logic you had in your everyday life into trading. It doesn't work. I'm sure you've seen it. I'm sure you worked it before. If you haven't, you will see it. Eventually, you'll figure it out. Hopefully, it won't be too late. So, trying to frighten a trader through the threats of potential loss, it may seem logical. Okay, it may seem logical for them to say, okay, we're going to make our stops tight. We're going to, do everything and we're not going to lose. But so much losing is part of the process. And until you see that, until you understand, you'll never let your trades work. You'll always take them off too early. And you'll sit there and watch us make money while you're crying about, I took my trade off or I hit my stop or whatever. It's because you're scared to lose. And just because you take a trade does not mean you've accepted the risk. Okay, let me say that again. Just because you take a trade doesn't mean you've accepted the risk. If you're still concerned about loss and keeping things tight and you're not focused on winning and making the best out of the trade, getting the most out of a trade, you're trading from the wrong mindset. You're trading from a survival mindset versus a thriving mindset. So you either want to survive or you want to thrive. I know in the beginning when you're learning, you got to survive. Okay, there's no if and buts about it. You want to survive, but you want to thrive once you learn, and you got to move out of that. And you can't be threatened by loss. So that's one of the points that we covered yesterday. If these are some of the things that you want to work on, you want to talk about, that's what my program is about. Is to help you get from where you are now, stuck in a rut. You can have some really good trades, but at the end of the week, at the end of the month, you're kind of right where you started. There's a reason for that. Okay? There is a reason for that. And unfortunately, got stopped out here. Unfortunately, people realize it too late. They realize it too late. So I'm here trading live every day. I'm here working with you guys. I'm here teaching. We typically have 2 live program presentations a week. You get the PDFs and the videos from those live sessions. You have the opportunity for one-on-one sessions when you really get stuck and you need help with stuff. That's what I do. And that's what we're going to keep doing. I don't do subscriptions. You pay one membership fee for life, and you stuck with me for life. That's that. I don't have time. I'm a one-man band. I don't have time for that. So if you're serious about it and you're ready to make a move, I stand at the ready. So let's look at our trades today. Well, let's see. Tesla was the first one. We'll look at Tesla first. Alright, so we got in Tesla on a break of the pre-market high, which is this. This is the pre-market high. So of course at the open, stocks are running pretty quick. You're not going to get the perfect entry, but it's going to be within, you know, the acceptable range. Sometimes it's on the higher end, sometimes it's in the middle, sometimes you get a perfect entry. But you can see we got in, we took profit, we actually made it all the way to our final profit target here, which was the 50-day moving average. So we got a pretty much a grand slam right out of the gate on Tesla. Now, did we have to hold a little bit on this pullback? You see, we did come close. It pulled back. For some people, for some weak-minded people, it will bail you out. You will bail out of this. Yeah, you would have made money. You would have been happy with it, but you didn't maximize the trade. That's how we make money. We have to make more. Our winners have to pay for our losers for us to make any profit, right? Winners have to pay for losers. So, if we don't maximize our winners, then the losers may not get paid for. And the losers can't be avoided, because every trade you have to give it the maximum opportunity or chance to give you a successful trade. So that was Tesla today. Really good trade on Tesla. NVDA, you can see this was a breakdown here. I got in under the pre-market low, which was right here. Got the first target, bounced back, stopped me out at break even. Got back in when we took out the low. Got my first target. This thing came within cents of my target. I would have taken it off at 53, but this thing bounced and ran so aggressive, I wasn't able to take it off. So I just waited. Once we pulled back, and here we took out the high. That's when I bailed out. You can see it's just reading price action. Let the market tell me when this trade was dead and I was out. I definitely would have taken it at 453 if this would have given me an opportunity. If you were trading this and you're watching this, this was it was so aggressive and so fast you just couldn't take it at 453. It was back up to over 453.50, 454 before you know it. But that was that. It did give us an opportunity at the open. You know, I was trading Tesla, so I didn't get this, but a lot of members got this. Really good trade. A lot of members got DocuSign this morning. Really good trade. So, really proud of you guys. Really proud of you guys that were in here and that were trading today. Y'all did really good. So RH is another one we did. This only gave me a base hit. Once we got under this linear regression channel here, I got in, was looking for the move all the way down to 320. I got one profit target here, then it bounced and took me out at break even. I did not get back in it. This is on short sale restriction, so it's probably going to chop its way down, but still a decent base hit on that. And the trade that I'm in now, ENPH, this is the one that we've been looking at for weeks, watching it, you know, try to sell off, try to let the bottom fall out. So I did get in. I got this a little bit late. But I did get in. I really should have added on the bounce, but I didn't. Another one almost came to my first target. I think 119.50 was my first target. It bounced so aggressively I couldn't take it down here. I tried to put my order back in at 119.75. It never came back. It just kept screaming up. Never did come back. So I bailed out of it. When we started bouncing, we got the rejection here. I wanted to get in on this rejection, but I was trading another stock and missed it and ended up waiting for it to take out the low. After that, so far it's bounced, but technically I'm still holding on to this. I still think it has an opportunity to sell. I would love to add to this under 120, but that's the plan right now on ENPH. This one is a lower volume stock, so it's gonna take some time, and it could just flush $5 in no time, or it could run $5 in no time, which is why I have a hard stop on this in case it does run. But just kind of got my eyes on this, looking to add once it establishes under 120, and I could probably take profit here, if it comes back. So that's where we're at this morning. I hope you guys enjoyed the recap. It's Friday, no earnings aftermarket, so this will probably be an early day for us. So you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see some of you guys on Monday. The rest of you, I'll see you when I see you.